I request dignitaries of the today's function come over the dais, and I request Dr. Savita accompanied the dignitaries. We are gathered here for valedictory function of the two-day National Conference on Sustainable Development and Innovative Management Practices. Yesterday morning at 11 o'clock, we inaugurated the conference. Professor Sharanappa Halse, Honorable Vice Chancellor, presided over the function. Professor Rangappa, former Vice Chancellor of KSOU and world-renowned scientist, inaugurated the conference. In this program, keynote speaker was the Professor M.S. Subhash, former Vice Chancellor, Vijayanagara, Sri Krishnadevaraya University, Ballari. Dr. Vinayak Hegde, head Infosys Mysore Center, was the chief guest of this function. Professor M.S. Subhash spoken about 17 goals of sustainable development of United Nations in his keynote address. Since yesterday morning, I hope that all the people present throw light on the innovative management practices of sustainable development, and they gave shape to it. Let us begin the program with the invocation. I invite Nirmala for invocation.
ದಯಮಾಡೋ ರಂಗ ದಯಮಾಡೋ 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 ನಿನ್ನ ದಾಸನು ನಾನೆಂದು ದಯಮಾಡೋ ರಂಗ ದಯಮಾಡೋ ಇಹ ಪರಗತಿ ನೀನೇ ಇಂದಿರ ರಮಣ ಸಹಾಯ ನಿನ್ನದೆ ಹರಿ ಸಾರ್ವಭೌಮ ಇಹ ಪರಗತಿ ನೀನೇ ಇಂದಿರ ರಮಣ ಸಹಾಯ ನಿನ್ನದೆ ಹರಿ ಸಾರ್ವಭೌಮ ದಯಮಾಡೋ ರಂಗ ದಯಮಾಡೋ ದಯಮಾಡೋ ನಿನ್ನ ದಾಸನು ನಾನೆಂದು ದಯಮಾಡೋ ರಂಗ ದಯಮಾಡೋ ಕರಿರಾಜವರದನೆ ಕಾಮಿತ ಫಲದ ಕರಿರಾಜವರದನೆ ಕಾಮಿತ ಫಲದ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನೆ ಹರಿ ಸಾರ್ವಭೌಮ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನೆ ಹರಿ ಸಾರ್ವಭೌಮ ದಯಮಾಡೋ ರಂಗ ದಯಮಾಡೋ ದಯಮಾಡೋ ನಿನ್ನ ದಾಸನು ನಾನೆಂದು ದಯಮಾಡೋ ರಂಗ ದಯಮಾಡೋ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Thank you, Nirmala. I request Dr. Chinnaya to welcome the dignitaries on the dais, paper presenter, and all the invitees of this function.
Good afternoon, dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, my dear friends, colleagues, and participants. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome the dignitaries to this two-day valedictory function of two-day National Conference on Sustainable Development and Innovative Management Practices. A true leader is an attitude. True leadership is an attitude that naturally inspires and motivates others, and it comes from an internalized discovery about yourself. We have such a great leader, Professor Sharanappa V. Halse sir, Vice Chancellor, KSOU Mysuru with us. Without his constant support and inspiration, this conference would have not been possible. Sir, on behalf of Department of Management and on behalf of KSY, I heartily welcome to this function, sir. A great teacher is the reason why ordinary students dream about doing extraordinary things. We have such a great teacher, Professor D. Anand sir, a professor, B.N. Bahadur Institute of Management Sciences, University of Mysore. Sir, on behalf of Department of Management Studies, KSY, Mysore, I welcome you, sir. Today we have with us our Honorable Registrar, sir, Professor K.L.N. Murthy. It's very honor to have him with us in today's function. On behalf of Department of Management, I welcome you, sir. And I'm very happy to say that we have new registrar evaluation, Dr. H. Vishwanath sir, with us to grace this occasion. Sir, on behalf of Department of Management Studies, KSY, Mysore, I do welcome you, sir. A dynamic leader who dreamt about this conference and conceptualized it and make it reality. Without her dream, this would have not been possible. We have our chairperson, Dr. P. Savita, with us. Madam, on behalf of department, I do welcome you, sir, madam, to this function. I also welcome all the participants, those who have actively participated in this 2 days national conference, and I also welcome all the media persons and all the support from teaching and non-teaching staff to this today national conference's valedictory function. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Chinaya. At the outset, I take this opportunity to congratulate Dr. Savita, Organizing Secretary, Chairperson of the Management Department, and faculties of the department. The whole team successfully conducted 2 days national conference under the leadership of Professor Sharanappa Halse. I request Dr. Rajeshwari present summary of the 2-day national conference before this august body.
Thank you, madam. Good evening to all the dignitaries on the dais and the delegates. I am very happy to present the brief report of the conference, which the National Conference on Sustainable Development and Innovative Management Practices held on 5th and 6th of March 2024, that is yesterday and today. The program was inaugurated on 5th March morning with the invocation song, and the welcome speech was rendered by Dr. Savita, followed by lighting of lamp. And I'm happy to inform that we had released 2 books. One is an international journal of exclusive management research, and an edited book with the title Sustainable Development and Innovative Management Practices, published by Archers and Elevators. This book release was followed by the inaugural speech. The inaugural speech was given by Professor K.S. Rangappa sir, the former Vice Chancellor of KSOU and Mysore University. He spoke about the sustainability of food, avoiding of the food wastage, and how we can achieve the sustainable development goals of beating hunger and alleviating the poverty. Then we had the keynote speech by Dr. Subhash M.S., the former Vice Chancellor of Ballari University. He also spoke about the 17 Sustainable Development Goals established by United Nations. We are very happy to note that he has developed mini forests in the campus of Ballari, and we are highly motivated, and we are also proposing to develop such mini forests wherever possible in the campus and in other regional centers of our university. And he has also advised that why should not we take innovations from the students? Because the KSOE has a large students base, why don't we invite innovative ideas from the students so that they can give us good ideas to promote sustainable development, which we can finally refine it and give it to the government as well. The chief guest of the program was Dr. Vinayak Hegde. He has elaborated on the sustainable initiatives by Infosys. What Infosys sustainability initiatives they have taken in their campus, in their 360 acres of campus in Mysore. He narrated about that, and the Dr. Subhash proposed, and for which Vinayak Hegde sir has also accepted, that they can also initiate such sustainability initiatives in our campus also. This is a very good news for the university. And the president for the program was our Vice Chancellor, Professor Sharanappa Halse sir. He spoke about the importance of sustainability, and we have taken the very apt topic for the day, and it is the duty of every person to look at this and to achieve the sustainability goals. Followed by the inauguration, we had the technical session. Before that, let me just give the small details about the conference, that 140 students and the teachers and other delegates have registered for the conference. Totally, we had 164 authors and 57 papers were presented in the conference, in the different sessions. Totally, we had around 100 papers submitted for the conference. We had delegates from within the state and out of the state also. We had the first technical session yesterday. The chairperson of this session was Professor Madegoda from the Department of Management, VVC Mysore, and the papers were mainly focused on the finance elective. Around 10 students have presented the paper, and that session was sponsored by Cycle Pure Agarbatti Mysore. The keynote speaker for the session was Dr. Nalina, and the co-chair and the rapporteur for the program was Dr. Chinnaya PM. The second session, parallelly, which was held in the Nala Auditorium, is also sponsored by Cycle Pure Agarbatti. And we had the keynote speaker of the program, Professor Deepu, and the chairperson of the program, Ayesha Sharif. This was reported by Dr. Mallika Shetty from MGM College, Udupi. In this session also around 10 papers were presented. Today morning we had a panel discussion with industry people. It was a very interactive session wherein we had the industry people like Sam Cherian from Severan Laboratories, Sham Prabhu from Keynes Electronics, and then we had Hariharan Madhevan from Schneider Electric, and Dr. Dharma Prasad from Prosetta Bioinformatics. We had a different combination, one from the biotechnology company and one from the chemical company, one from the electronics industry and the other one from electrical industry. Everybody were discussing about the sustainable development which they have taken in their industry, and they were also giving us an idea that how we can collaborate. As an university, how we can collaborate, how we can study their case studies, successful stories of them, and how we can bring it as a case study book and we can present it to the students. They had given various ideas like how industry and academia can collaborate with each other to target the sustainable development goals. Later we had a session, technical session on marketing and operation. In that, keynote speaker was Dr. Vinay and Dr. Damodaran from JK Tyres. They have also presented how sustainable initiatives are taken by the JK Tyres, how they are achieving net zero carbon in their company, and what are their targets for other 10 years. The chairperson of the session was Dr. Yatish Chandra. In this also 8 different papers were presented. The co-chair and the rapporteur for the session was Sri Siraj Basha. The second technical session was held in the afternoon. This was chaired by Dr. Professor N. Ramanjaneyulu, and the keynote speaker for the session was Dr. Manoj Kumar. The co-chair and the rapporteur for the program was Dr. Mahesh. In this, around 15 papers were presented. And we also had given an opportunity based on the demand of the delegates. We had given an opportunity for online presentation of the papers. For the delegates who could not make it to the Mysore, we had given an opportunity, and we have around 35 papers presented in the online session. And now we are in the valedictory session. Before I conclude, I just want to inform about the major outcome of the conferences. We have every resource person have said that individuals can contribute to the sustainable development in their own way. They had given numerous ideas about how each and every person, what they have to do in order to achieve these sustainable development goals, what every person can do at its own level. That idea was given by many of the resource persons. We must stimulate students to come out with innovative ideas to attain the sustainability goals. This was one of the major advice given. We have to collect the best practice of the industries and assimilate it to the students. We have to set our own goals. Even as an university also, we should have our own goals and we should try to achieve them. And the major focus of the papers were on artificial intelligence, green market, agriculture, sustainable sustainability. The unique feature of the conference that we found is many of the companies, they come forward to make the presentation of the papers to inform us what sustainability innovative they have taken up. Similarly, many students, even our KSO, MBA students, they also took part in the conference. They have also presented. Students from Davangere, they came forward to make the presentation. We are very happy to have the mixed composition of the delegates here. Thank you for listening.
I request Dr. Savita announce the best papers of this conference. I request Dr. Savita introduce the chief guest, Professor Anand, who is with us.
Good evening, one and all present here. Myself, Dr. Savita, Chairperson of the Department MBA, as well as the Organizing Secretary of the conference. Today we have the chief guest, Professor D. Anand Sir, B.N. Bahadur Institute of Management Sciences, University of Mysore, Manasa Gangotri, Director, Distance Education, University of Mysore, Director, Online Programs, University of Mysore, Director, Employment and Career Guidance Bureau, Director, College Development Council, University of Mysore, Director, International Student Center, and sir's qualification is BCom, MBA and PhD. Teaching experience around, he's been teaching MBA since 1989. Marketing Management and Organizational Behavior is a specialization. Has published more than 100 articles in leading journals, as well as guided 25 PhD, and presently 8 students are working under Sir guidance. Currently position held as Dean, Faculty of Commerce, Syndicate Member, Academic Council and Finance Committee Member. Formerly Director, University Industry Interaction Center, University of Mysore. Members of governing councils of many institutions across the country. Member AIMS. Resource person for Administrative Training Institute, LIC of India, SBI, KSRTC, DTI, Karnataka Police Academy, Prison and Corrections Services, etc. Chairman member of BOS, BOE, BOA of several universities. Member State NAP Curriculum Framing Committee, Commerce and Management. We heartily welcome you, sir, for our valedictory function.
I request Professor Anand, today's chief guest of this function, to address this gathering.
Dignitaries on the dais, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Sharanappa V. Halse, Registrar of this university, Professor K.L.N. Murthy, Registrar Evaluation, Professor Vishwanath, Chairman of the Department, Dr. Savita, esteemed colleagues, teaching and non-teaching staff members of this university, delegates, participants, resource persons, invitees, members of the media. At the outset, I take this opportunity to congratulate all of you for having organized and participated in this wonderful seminar of 2 days. Accept my heartfelt congratulations. It is quite interesting to note the report presented by Dr. Rajeshwari about the 2 days proceedings. It was a wonderful experience to propagate innovative strategies for implementing sustainable development goals envisaged by the UNO. Though already we have completed about 9 years after its declaration, achievement appears to be not that encouraging. Still we are conceptualizing, still we are talking about it. At this point of time, I'm happy Karnataka State Open University, under the leadership of Dr. Sharanappa Halse, with the cooperation of the Department of Management and Commerce, have organized this wonderful event, that too in collaboration with the corporates. I'm really glad to note that there was an interaction with the corporates who are responsible for building any economy in particular and the country in general. At this point, I recall the background in which the Sustainable Development Goals were set. I'm not going to elaborate, don't be afraid of, because talking in a valedictory session is a challenge. After having listened to so many lectures, you will be in a prepared mindset to say bye-bye. I do understand that. Without taking much of your time, I recall it is in the year 2015, after completing the millennial plans, UNO came out with a new plan for a 15 years period, starting from 2015 to 2030, with a mission of transforming the world by eradicating poverty, hunger, unemployment, ill health, and all sorts of inequalities, particularly through education. The weapon that UN has recognized on that day to transform the world was education, because they got to realize that through education, poverty, hunger, unemployment, and inequalities of all types can be eliminated. From that point of view, they started propagating these SDGs. I'm not going to elaborate. All the 17 SDGs and 169 indicators are aiming at three things. One is the economic growth, second one is the social inclusion, and the third one is the environmental protection. Many a time we speak much about environmental protection, and environmental protection is the most inevitable thing. At the same time, social inclusion and economic growth should also take place. There comes the importance of innovative management strategies. Management, don't think as I'm a management teacher, I'm talking to so much about management. Management, in simple words, is a solution for a problem. Wherever there are problems, all problems can be sorted out with the help of management. That could be the reason for Professor Harvick wants to make a comment that there are no underdeveloped countries in the world, but there are under-managed countries. Further, he said, no ideology, no ism, no political theory or a party can solve the problems of underdeveloped country. Only sound management can. No doubt can address any problems. I'm sure conference, teachers related to management subjects and other social sciences might have been the participants. Here, your responsibility is to inculcate the spirit of social inclusion in the minds of the young students, keeping in mind the future of the earth. Sustainable Development Goals simply aims at managing the world in such a way that you can enjoy the world without hampering the scope for enjoyment of the future generation. We must allow the world in the same form for the next generations to enjoy in the way that we are doing. That is the true spirit. For that purpose, they have identified certain elements. 5 most important pillars of sustainable development starts with people. People management is the most significant thing. I and you as teachers are concerned with developing the people. What does it mean, developing the people? People need direction. People need value system. People need guidance to engage themselves in the society. In that order, we are all the people concerned with developing the minds of the youngsters. We must inculcate an attitude in the minds of the people that makes them to care for others, that makes them to care for the future, that makes them to develop empathy towards the sufferings of others. The moment you develop empathy towards addressing the sufferings of others, automatically the world becomes a nice place to live. For that reason, you will be knowing the 5 pillars: people, prosperity, peace, partnership, and yes, planet. If you wish to save the planet, you have to develop such a people who care for the planet. Without taking much of your time, once again, I take the pleasure of congratulating all those who are responsible for organizing this event and all those who have participated. Take home the good spirits in mind, spread it across your students so that the world will become a better place to live. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Your insightful and thought-provoking speech. I request Professor Sharanappa V. Halse, Honorable Vice Chancellor, to felicitate Professor Anand. And I request Professor K.L.N. Murthy, Registrar, and Professor Vishwanath, Register Evaluation of KSIU, accompanied this. Okay. Okay. I request Honorable Vice Chancellor to felicitate Professor H. Vishwanath, Register Evaluation of KSOU. हाँ है feedback. I request Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Sharanappa Halse to felicitate Dr. Savita, Chairperson of the department and Organizing Secretary of the two-day National Conference. I invite paper presenter, one from men and one from ladies' side, to give your genuine feedback regarding the conference.
So good afternoon, Namaste. I am Dr. Mahesh, the principal Jain Group of Bengaluru. The name itself, KSO, the K stands for the way of knowledge giving to the each and every individual in the society. That I am one of the students of the Karnataka State Open University. I completed my postgraduate diploma in human resource management. I'm the first batch student of the PGD HRM. The knowledge is one of the sustainable, what Anand sir has in the valedictory speech, he inculcated the idea about the knowledge. So already KSO is doing sustainable programs for the welfare of the society. S stands for sustainability for the future generation and present and future. And the way I like that is, as a principal, I always observe how you are utilizing your staff members, how you are guiding your staff member. The Savita ma'am, chairperson, and Rajeshwari ma'am, especially Savita ma'am, when I called 1 month back, the way of inculcating the leadership qualities I liked, the way of keynote or rapporteur, from their own staff members will be rapporteur. That shows that the strength of the department, that the way guiding the staff members and the research scholars, that is one of the important highlight what I liked in this particular conference. I'll attend every 2 months once. I'll made up mind that to attend the conference. Recently, 2 months back, I was in the University of conference where I presented my paper. That as a teacher, as a professor, or everyone has to get something from that particular conference. What I liked is the networking of sustainable goals, practical idea by industrial experts, early morning session, where the practical ideas, that well frameworked seminar where the industry institutional collaboration, that is collaboration is one of the sustainable goals, where the KSO, I'll congratulate the KSO that they given the practical idea how sustainability is taking place in the each and every industries in Mysore. There is one of the important thing where we'll take any conference we'll attend, we have to take the practical things, how we can incorporate those practical things in our institution. As a principal, I always carry the how the institution will give the support to the education institution, especially industrial focus. That is the one thing where I like the way of madam is taking care of both the practical things and the leadership qualities of inculcating the faculties for the sustainable development for the future. So another important thing is the way of the communication, that they from the liking that way of communication. Whenever I called ma'am to submit the PPT, everything they given very clear guidance. That so they show that the conducting the one conference as a principal, I know that one, how much struggle behind the conducting the conference. So 2-3 months back only we had to start planning that. Every management concepts are there in this particular thing, and we'll get the practical thing. So once again, I'll congratulate the Karnataka State Open University. They already, they're reaching the sustainable goals. We have 30, but now only the Karnataka State University, UN sustainable goals are for 30, but they are doing from the past 20 years, I'm saying that. So still, with the technological things, now they develop the technological innovation. The very apt topic is innovation and technology and sustainable. These are the three things which I like the already university is doing, but still there is a greater role to play for the development of the society. Once again, I'll congratulate the entire team of the Karnataka State Open University and the Vice Chancellor sir and all the official officers of the Karnataka State University, and especially special congratulations to Savita ma'am and the entire team of the management department and the commerce department and all researchers. And one more highlight that the session moderators, the excellent experience is only a teacher, that what Anand sir has told, where the sir was first session for finance or second session or the third session, we seen all experienced moderators we seen that gives a lot of input to the researchers while presenting the paper, and given the time for also the 10 minutes, it is a very sufficient to exhibit. Most of the conference they'll give 2-3 minutes, but here I seen, as I experienced that they given the lot of time for the presenting. That once again, congratulations for the KSO and all the best wishes for the upcoming any events. Thank you. Thank you for providing the opportunity. Good evening. Namaste. Jai Karnataka.
Anyone from the ladies' side to give your feedback? Share your opinion within 1 minute. Okay.
First of all, congratulations to the Department of Studies and Research in Management, KSOU. And the major focus of conference is they made an effort to make together the corporate delegates who are into, who give us practical orientation towards sustainable development and innovative management practices, and academicians and the students who learn the sustainable development and innovative management practices in the classroom. It's a very wonderful session where they both had a interaction. And one more highlight of the conference is the students. They invited the most of the papers from the students. As a teacher, I'm very much impressed that students nowadays, they are more particular about research and methodology, which is the major focus of this conference. I'm very happy for that, and I even congratulate their teachers to give them specific ideas about research and methodologies. Thank you.
Thank you, both of them. I request Dr. Savita, this is the right time to
Good evening, sir. All of you on the dais. I'll take not much more time. Only 2 minutes. I have to completed my experience for 2 days. I have to take the one quote. I have to make the last 2 days seminar. What is that? A good team have a healthy mind. A good team have a healthy mind. A healthy mind have a positive thinking. A healthy mind have a positive thinking. A positive thinking have a go to success. Success goes to KSOU, Savita madam, as well as all team of the organization. You have to congratulations to management and commerce as well as team leader. You have to give us an opportunity, the best opportunity, as well as they have to give the good hospitality for 2 days. Madam, once again, thanks to on behalf of audience, on behalf of our colleagues. Okay, madam.
I request Dr. Savita to announce the best papers of the conference.
When we hunted for the papers, the sub-themes which we gave to the conference was elaborated. So that the intention was to pull up more papers. It can be in terms of technology, corporate law, HR, finance, marketing, operations, etc. So today we can find well diversified papers. When students were presenting, we were observing about the artificial intelligence, or it can be employee engagement, like these various papers we have come across today. So among that, some of them, I mean, all the papers was good for that matter. So 1 hour here we have picked the best one. The first person is Dr. Mahesh KM. Please come. Next is Purti R. Varun Raj R. Rudramani PB. Chandrakala. Girish TR. Girish TR. Sanson MA. Then Janvi Raj Purohit.
Thank you, Savita. I am happy to share this. This is also, I think, that is innovative management practices announcing the best paper. We can pull the many papers regarding through management tool. Finally, I request Dr. Savita to extend a vote of thanks. Sorry.
The award is been sponsored by Wonderla as well as GRS Fantasy Park, and thanks to them.
I request Professor Sharanappa V. Halse, Honorable Vice Chancellor, to address presidential remarks.
Good afternoon to all. Ellarigu namaskara. Karnataka State Open University, Department of Studies and Research in Management organized 2 days national conference on sustainable development and innovative management practice. Chief guest of the 2 days program, Professor D. Anandji, Professor, Department of Management, Mysore University, Mysore, and my registrar, Professor K.L.N. Murthy, and Register Evaluation, Professor H. Vishwanath, and main organizing that secretary, Professor Savita and her team, and my dear colleagues, my dear students, invitees, media persons, and all invitees from the different states and different districts, those who are present here. Already you know, yesterday, Professor, former Vice Chancellor of the Krishnadevaraya University, he spoke about the sustainable development in detail. I think you know very well about that. Already I quoted, that is our life itself we have to sustain. For sustaining our life, we have to innovate. Innovate is also very important. That is here, the sustainable development as well as innovating management. There are 2 points here. The innovation here, how we have to sustain and we have to innovate for the sustaining. We have to innovate for the sustaining. What the Rangappa sir told, that is the 3 R's. We have to reduce. What we have to reduce? The actually unnecessary expenditure. We have to reduce. And what we have to actually use the actually best, whatever we want to use, it has to be optimized used. And it has to be recycled also, reused also. That is 3 R's are there. And apart from that, the madam organized and she gave the best paper awards also. You don't feel your paper is not good, but that participation is very important. Every individual, the participation in the program, that is very, very important. If you participate, either you may get the good award or not. Definitely you will get. If you try. What Vivekananda told, that is a try until you reach your goal. That is very important. That is why all what you have did in 2 days, that what you have learned, already yesterday I told one point, attentively. You have to attend attentively. That is very important. Your mind should be always attentive. You have to be very careful for attending the seminars, for attending where the resource persons are telling what topic they are telling. You should be very attentive. That is why you have to take the positive things, what the person he told, the positive. You have to suppress your negatives. Always, if you want to develop always you have to suppress your negative things, develop the positive things. That is why actually already several times I told in the many programs, in Kannada what we are telling, that is ದೊಡ್ಡವರ ದರ್ಶನದಿಂದ ಏನು ಲಾಭ ಅಂತ. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಬಂದಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆನಂದ್ ಸರ್ ಅಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು 35 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಆಗಿ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂಥವ್ರ ದರ್ಶನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಲಾಭ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಭಾಳ ಸಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮತ್ತು ನಾರದ್ ನಡುವೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಡೈಲಾಗ್ ನಡೀತಿರ್ತದೆ. ಅವಾಗ ನಡೆದಾಗ ಏನಂತಾರೆ, ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮತ್ತು ನಾರದ್, ಅದು ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೊಸಬರಿದ್ರಿ, ಹಳೆಯವರು ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಡ್ರಿ, ಇದೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಇವರು ಅಂತ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದು ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಅದು ಬಹಳ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ನಾವು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಲೈಫ್ನಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಸರ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಆನಂದ್ ಸರ್, ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ನೌ ಎ ಡೇಸ್. ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೋಟಿವೇಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತ, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮೋಟಿವೇಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದು ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ದೊಡ್ಡವರ ದರ್ಶನದಿಂದ ಏನ್ ಲಾಭ ಅಂತ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ ಇವರು ನಾರದ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾ 3 ಲೋಕಗಳನ್ನ ತಿರುಗಾಡಿ ಬಂದಿನಿ, ಅದ್ರದಿಂದ ಏನ್ ಲಾಭ ಅದ, ಯಾಕೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಯಾಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಕಾಲು ಬೀಳಬೇಕು, ದೇವರಿಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಹಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ವಾದ ನಡೀತಿರ್ತದೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಅವ್ರಂತಾರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ, ನೀವ್ ಯಾಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದ್ರೂ ನಾರದ್ ಬಿಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ಪಾಂಡಿತ್ಯ ಹೊಂದಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದ್ರೂ ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣರಿಗೆ, ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಾಕ್ಯದಿಂದ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನಂದು ಒಂದು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇದೆ, ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ರೀ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಗಣಿ ಇದೆ, ಸೆಗಣಿದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಹುಳು ಇದೆ, ಹುಳುಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಬೆಟ್ಟಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಕೇಳು ಅಂತ. ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮುಜುಗುರ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಮುಜುಗುರ ಆದಾಗ ಆದ್ರೂ ದೇವರ ಆದೇಶದಂತೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹೋಗಿ ಕೇಳಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ನಿಂತು ಕೇಳಿಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದು ಹುಳುವನ್ನ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹುಳು ಜನ್ಮ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತದೆ, ಅದು ನೋಡ್ತದೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದಾಗ ಕಣ್ ತೆರೀತದೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನೋಡ್ತದೆ, ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಹೋಗಿದಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವರ್ಗಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ, ಸತ್ತು ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಆವಾಗ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮುಜುಗುರಾಗಿ ಬಂದು ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಂದು ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಿ, ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಗಿಡ ಇದೆ, ಗಿಡದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಪಕ್ಷಿ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಪಕ್ಷಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪಕ್ಷಿಗೆ ಜನ್ಮ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಕೇಳು ಅಂತ. ಆವಾಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಹೋಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಕ್ಷಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿರ್ತದೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕಣ್ ತೆರೀತದೆ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ನೋಡ್ತದೆ, ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಅವರು ಯಾಕೋ ಹಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದು ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣಗೆ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ವಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಆವಾಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗೇಬೇಕು, ನೀವು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಹಸು ಇದೆ, ಹಸು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹಸುಗೆ ಜನ್ಮ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗು ಕೇಳೋ ಅಂತ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಥಾವತ್ತವಾಗಿ ದೇವರು ಹೇಳ್ಯಾರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಕೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತದು ಹಸು ಹುಟ್ಟಿರ್ತದೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನೋಡ್ತದೆ, ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಬಂದು ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾನು ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಥರ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಇಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಒಂದು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಂತ. ಅವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜನ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ್ ಹುಟ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಕೇಳು ಅಂತ. ಅವ್ರು ಅಂತಾರೆ, ಡೈಲಾಗ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಳು ಇತ್ತು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಕ್ಷಿ ಇತ್ತು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಸು ಇತ್ತು, ಯಾರೂ ನನಗೆ ಹಿಡಿದು ಹೊಡೆದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಹೇಗಾದ್ರೂ ಆದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜನ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೋಲ್ಜರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಿಡಿದು ಹೊಡಿತಾರೆ, ನಾ ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಡೈಲಾಗ್ ನಡೀತಿರ್ತದೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ ಇನ್ ನಾರದ್. ಆವಾಗ ಅಂತಾರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗ್ರಿ ಅಂತ. ಆವಾಗ ಹೋಗಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಹೆಬ್ಬಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಹೆಬ್ಬಾಗಿಲ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ದೇವವಾಣಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಕೂಸು ಹುಟ್ಟಿರ್ತದೆ, ರಾಜನ ಮನೆಗೆ ರಾಜ ಹುಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ರಾಜನ ಮಗ ಹುಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಆವಾಗ ವಾಣಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ, ದೇವವಾಣಿ, ಬಂದಿರಿ ನಾರದರೇ ಬರ್ರಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣಗೆ ಏನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಬರ್ರಿ ಅಂತ. ಆವಾಗ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ವಂಡರ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ ಕೂಸು ದೇವವಾಣಿದಿಂದ, ತಾವು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬಂದಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಆ ಕೂಸು ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ತಾವು ಬಂದು ನನಗೆ ದರ್ಶನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದಾಗ ನಾನು ಸೆಗಣಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಹುಳು ಇದ್ದೆ ಅಂತ, ತಮ್ಮ ದರ್ಶನದ ಪಾವನದಿಂದ ಏನಾದೆ, ನಾನು ಪಕ್ಷಿಯಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಂದು ತಾವು ದರ್ಶನ ಕೊಟ್ರಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನಾದೆ, ಹಸು ಆದೆ ಅಂತ. ಮತ್ತೆ ತಾವು ದರ್ಶನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ರಾಜನ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ್ ಆಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಮತ್ತೇನು ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಏನು ಇದು ಹೇಳೋದಂದ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ದೊಡ್ಡವರ ದರ್ಶನದಿಂದ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿರ್ದ್ರಿ, 30 ವರ್ಷದ ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಉಜ್ವಲವಾಗಬೇಕಂತ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್. ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ನಾ ಈ ಕತೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಷ್ಕಲಕ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, ವಕ್ರದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, ಛಲ ಬೇಕು ಶರಣಂಗೆ ಪರ ದೈವವಲ್ಲೇನೆಂದು ಅಂತ. ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇವ್ ನಾವು, ಒಬ್ರು ಸ್ವಾರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆವು. ಆ ತರ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಇಂಥ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನಡೆದಾಗ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಮುಕ್ತ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಹೋಗಿದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸಸ್ಟೈನೇಬಲ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಇನೋವೇಟಿವ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಏನು ಕಲಿತಿದ್ದೇವೋ ಅದನ್ನ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ನಡಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಈಗ ದೊಡ್ಡವರ ದರ್ಶನ, ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ದೊಡ್ಡವರು, ತಾವೆಲ್ಲ ದರ್ಶನ ಪಡೆದಿರಿ, ಅದರದಿಂದ ಲಾಭ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ರಿ ಅಂತ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ದೊಡ್ಡವರ ದರ್ಶನದಿಂದ ಏನ್ ಲಾಭ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಲಾಭ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡಿ, ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ಮಶ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. ನೀವು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗ್ಲಿ, ದೇವರು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ನೀವು ಪರರ ದೇವ್ರ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗೇ ಆಗ್ತದಂತೆ. 100% ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್. ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ, ಈಗ ನಾನು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ಸ್, ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ವೇವ್ಸ್, ನಾವು ದೇವರಿಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಹಿಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾವನೆ ಆ ಥರವಿರ್ತದೆ. ಅದರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಾಗ್ಲಿ, ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲವು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿದ್ರಿ, ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್, ಯಂಗ್ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರಿ. ಯಂಗ್ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನೇನು ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಈವನ್ 0 ಇದ್ರೂ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಟೀಚರ್ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕಾಯಕವೇ ಕೈಲಾಸ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಯಾರ. ಏನು ಟೀಚರ್ ಕಾಯಕ ಏನು, ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಂತೆ ಪಾಠ ಪ್ರವಚನ ಮಾಡೋದೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಯಕ. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಕಾಯಕ ಏನು, ಅವರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪಾಠ ಪ್ರವಚನಗಳನ್ನು ಕಲ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋದೇ ಅವ್ರ ಕಾಯಕ. ಬಟ್ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ, ನಾನು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಹಿಡಿದು 1 ವರ್ಷ 3 ತಿಂಗಳಾಯ್ತು, ಅರಿವೇ ಗುರು ಅಂತ. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅರಿವೇ ನಾವು ಇರ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ ರಾಮರಾಜ್ಯವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಲ್ಲಿ ಅರಿವೇ ಗುರು ಇರಬೇಕು. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನಿಗೂ ಮನುಷ್ಯ. ಈ PU ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನೆಗ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಆ ಥರ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. ಯಾರಿಗೂ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಮರಾಜ್ಯ ಆಗಲಿ ಏನೋ ಸಂದೇಹನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲ ವಿದ್ಯಾವಂತರಿದ್ರಿ, ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತರಿದ್ರಿ. ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅವರು, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕಂಗ್ರ್ಯಾಚುಲೇಷನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ. ಇದು ಯಾಕೆ ಕತೆ ಹೇಳದಂದ್ರೆ ಇದ್ರ ಮೂಲ ತಿಳಿತದೆ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾ ಈ ತರ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಆದರೂ ತಮಗೆ ತಪ್ಪನ್ನಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಅಂತ. ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ. ಮನುಷ್ಯನಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನೀವು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆಗ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತ. ಮನುಷ್ಯನ್ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಗುಣ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್. ಎಷ್ಟು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಇದು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದಪ್ಪ, ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತೇವೆ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ, ಅವ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ತದೆ. ಈಗ ಟಿ ವಿನಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಸಂದೇಶಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಇರ್ತವೆ ಕೆಟ್ಟದ. ಅದು ನನಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು ಒಳ್ಳೇದೇ ಆದರೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗ್ತೇವೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡು ಮುಂದೆ ಬೆಳಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ ಛಲ ಬೇಕು ಶರಣಂಗೆ ಪರದೈವವಲ್ಲೇನೆಂದು, ಛಲ ಬೇಕು ಶರಣಂಗೆ ಪರಧನವೇ ಅಲ್ಲೇನೆಂದು ಅಂತ. ಶರಣ ಬೇಕು, ಇದು ಭಾಳ ಅದೇ ಅದು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಮಾರಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ಟೈಮಿನಾಗ 3ನೇ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ಥರ. ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಭಾವನೆ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂದೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಆಸೆ ಇರಬೇಕಂತ, ಅತಿ ಆಸೆ ದುರಾಸೆ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಹಾಳಾಗ್ತದೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು ನಮ್ಮ ಕುಲಕರ್ಣಿ ಸರ್. ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ನಾವು ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ 100 ತೆಗಿತಿದ್ದೆ. ಶರಣಪ್ಪ ನೀನು ಭಾಳ ಶಾಣೆ ಇದ್ದಿ, ನೀನು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ PhD ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ನಾ ಬೇಡ ಸರ್ ನಮಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದ. ಬ್ಯಾಡ ನಮ್ಗೆ. ಆದರೂ ಅವರು ಪಾಪ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ನೆನೆಸ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ನನ್ನ ಲೈಫೇ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವೈಸ್ ಚಾನ್ಸಲರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸರಳ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಆಗಲಿ, ದಾವಣಗೆರೆ ವೈಸ್ ಚಾನ್ಸಲರ್ ಆದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆದೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಕುಲಕರ್ಣಿ ಸರ್ ಏನು ನನ್ನ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನನ್ನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವ್ರು ದೊಡ್ಡವರು ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಗುರುಗಳಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ದೇವ್ರು ಇದ್ರೂ ನಾವು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಶರಣ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಗುರು ದೆನ್ ದೇವರು, ಈ ಥರ ಇದೆ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇಲ್ಲೇನು 100 ಜನ ಇರಲಿ 50 ಜನ ಇರಲಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಂದೇಶ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದನ್ನು ಕಲ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತಾ, ಈ 2 ದಿವಸಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಅನಾನುಕೂಲತೆ ಆದರೂ ಅವಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದಿಂದ ನಾವು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಅವರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಅನಿಸ್ತದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ತಾವು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಭಾವನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದಿಂದ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಏನು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತಾ ನಾನು 2 ಮಾತು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಜೈ ಹಿಂದ್, ಜೈ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ.
Thank you, sir. Your valuable suggestion and tips. Positive attitude or positive mindset is the positive sign of the future. ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ನೆಸ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್, ಏನಾರು ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್, ಅದು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಬಾದರ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವುದೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಬಾಧಿಸಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವಿಟಿ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾವು ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವಿಟಿನೇ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಸೈನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯುಬಲ್ ಸಜೆಷನ್. Finally, I request Dr. Savita to extend a vote of thanks.
A very good evening to one and all present here, the dignitaries on the dais. As we gather here for the valedictory session, as we gather here for the valedictory session of the 2-day national conference on the sustainable development and innovative management practices, which is organized by the MBA department. And first and foremost, sincere appreciation goes to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Sharanappa V. sir. Your vision and support and the moral support, as sir was telling, we used to have the chairperson meeting every month. So sir used to give us the input like you have to do the conference, national or international conference. That has motivated me to come out with the national conference from the department. And I extend my deepest thanks to the Professor Anand sir, BIMS, University of Mysore, and distinguished speakers, presenters. Without the presenters, without the authors, I think this conference would not be that successful for that matter. And a special acknowledgement to all the participants who actively engaged in discussions, workshops and sessions. Your enthusiasm and commitment to advancing knowledge has made us this successful. I extend heartfelt gratitude to our sponsors, JK Tires, Cheverian, Cycle Agarbatti, Wonderla, GRS Fantasy Park, And their commitment for promoting the sustainable practices has given us the spirit here. A profound thanks to the organizing committee, the dedicated team, as well as our registrar, Professor KLN Murthy sir, Dean Dr. Lakshmi madam, then our register evaluation. Your meticulous planning, tireless efforts, attention to detail has given us the moral support. And also I extend my artful gratitude to my research scholars, naming Chaitana, Suhil, Kalidas, Pramod, Chakrapani, Jaisham, Raghavendra, Chandrakala, Shobha. Without their support, I think the books which we have come out with ISSN as well as ISBN would not been possible. And I request all you to give a round of applause to them, because they were my backbone for the both ISSN and ISBN book. Then the department, the lecturers of the department, it is Rajeshwari madam, Dr. Madhavmurthy sir, the professor, Dr. Chinaya sir, Dr. Siraj Basha sir, Shaman, Dr. Shaman, Dr. Rasha, all have contributed, they have motivated, they have given their inputs on coming out with the topic or the sub-themes. And also faculties from Commerce Department, Dr. Sukanya, Dr. Mahesh Shavi, Chaya, then other faculties in the department has all supported me a lot. Otherwise, it would have been not this successful, because it's not a single work, it is a team work. Okay, how you coordinate with the team, that plays a very, very important role. And last but not the least, it is our department teaching staff, Drupad, Girish, etc. Various other non-teaching staff has given a lot of input to me, and they have supported day and night. Many a times we used to have a call at 4 o'clock, we used to call in the morning 5 o'clock, late night 10, 11, things used to get discussed. So I heartfully thanks my research scholar once again and the non-teaching staff. Without them, it would have not been this much successful. Please a round of applause for them. And our sponsors, we had a gathering of panel discussion in the morning. So even for hunting for the sponsors, we used to go to the different companies. So that helped us to combine the industry experts as well as the academia. And morning session, you could see a lot of inputs were given by the industry people, the initiatives or the practices which they are doing. Okay, in theoretical we'll be studying at the classes, but in practical we could see a lot of inputs given by the industries as well. So that has given you more valuable inputs. And also once the conference is done, we can't leave everything here itself. We should have the continued working based on this particular topic. And also Dr. Subhash sir has given us an input, taking the help of the Infosys, how they are taking the initiatives regarding the carbon footprint that you can implement in your case. So this was the suggestion that we have taken from the industrial experts. So further, we won't leave the conference here itself. Further, department will take the initiatives of going with memorandum of understanding, as well as what the input is given by the industrial experts. With all this, thank you so much being the part of the program.